My name is Clifton, and my changemaker is Martin Luther King Jr. People are continuing to keep being mean, which I can't believe is still easily seen. I came here to show them it's always wrong, for their new moral will take them along. Anywhere you go will contain this cruel thing, which is none other than determined as bullying. A dangerous push towards those being aimed, picked on like they are never the same. This is our best solution we currently get, if we want all issues to leave and be said. To change the world with the troubles it sees, to make sure they're as rare as they've ever been. Like Martin Luther King Jr., who gave a speech, he had a strong, important lesson to teach about times when his race was treated bad, including various arrests he should not have had. A kind soul Martin Luther King Jr. has been, for the love and respect that this man gave in. The wrong answer to be such a greedy being, as each and every one of them should instead be seeing that when a bully comes near, it can break hearts. Devastating sadness will take a huge part. When people bully, it makes the world gray. Leads us to building something to say. Bullying's bad and should never have came. We should never see bullies give people shame. A solution to make bullies stop is the best result is to bring respect to the top. We can't involve anyone's bad acts going around. Change doesn't matter if it was never found. Each problem go on behind their backs. Show the caring heart the bully lacks. Now when you see someone used as a slave, you know how that beast has yet to behave. Tell them to stop teasing and it's noticeably rude, and make them get a smarter, friendly attitude. Stop bullying.
This is Marion, and my poem is about Gandhi. And this poem is going to be told from two different perspectives. So the first is going to be from Gandhi's perspective, and the second is from mine. A peacemaker, a hero, but doesn't back down when told. I am someone who needs little actions to fight. Fight for equality, fight for freedom, fight for the poor, fight for others. People try to tell me who I am, kick me off a train because of my race. But just watch me, you'll see. I'm the one who stands my ground, the one who doesn't let others tell me who I am or who I should be. Because I have to fight, I do it with peace. They don't call me the great soul one for nothing. My lips hold courage like water flowing over a rock. I will not stop until I gain independence for my country. There is no time for us to sit and wait for others to do the work. This revolution takes everyone. Although my body is gone, my spirit will last forever. I am Gandhi. People mocked and disrespected Gandhi for his race, but he never let anyone tear him down. So why should I? Without violence, I will rise, to stand up for who I am and what I believe in, because no one should assume my characteristics or ability. I will rise, to be proud of how I was created, because looks do not determine how someone should treat you. I will rise, because I am Marion.
On June 17, 2013, Dylan Ruth walked into a midweek Bible study. He sat and prayed with the church members before pulling out a gun, killing most, and allowing one to live. After the incident, he was found and arrested peacefully. When Dylan Ruth killed 9 innocent black people, we did not question his God. He wore the flags of apartheid Africa. We did not question his allegiance. He committed the crime alone. We did not question his people. When Adam Lanza shot a classroom of first graders at Sandy Hook Elementary, we did not ask him to leave the country. After Timothy McVeigh killed 168 people in Oklahoma, we did not call this a crime against every American. When the KKK killed thousands of black people while showing to hold Christian morality, we did not ask them to remove their robes. We did not call all Christians bigots. Do you see it? How we don't label all white men based on the sins of the few. Do you see it? We don't have to look down on a whole class of people based on the actions of the few. Do you see it? All the names are different. All the faces are different. All the people are different. Therefore, we should not look down on all the Muslims for the radicalism of the group. Edson Arantes do Nascimento, or Pele, created change by showing that you can achieve things. Even if you're frowned upon, people don't believe in you, or they just dislike you. He changed soccer globally, not only physically, but mentally too. I want to be a changemaker by spreading awareness about Islamophobia and how it shouldn't exist. I want to be a changemaker by keeping a positive attitude and always trying to represent Islam and defend it with a passion of stopping Islamophobia.
Jane Goodall in human rights. She had a passion ever since she was young that would take her great places and inspire everyone. Her name is Jane Goodall, one you might have heard. Her work is groundbreaking, it can't go unheard. She studied chimpanzees and helped them before they could go extinct. It was really amazing. She cares about our environment. She cares about chimpanzees. She speaks to the people, and most importantly, she believes. She believes that we can do better, that we can make a change, that we can learn from our mistakes, and that we can be brave. There are many important things, and her thing was chimpanzees, but my thing is different. Mine is human rights. Just because you're black, just because you're a woman, just because you're different, doesn't mean you're not worth it. Every human deserves the right to vote, to sit on a bus, to drink clean water, or even to practice a religion, to go to school, or to be LGBTQ. Any gender can vote. We are all capable of doing it. Women didn't have the right to vote until 1920 just because they were female. Any race can sit on a bus. Just because someone looks different doesn't mean they're not human, doesn't make them a threat. And you should be able to drink clean water. You need it to survive. Just because someone lives in a poor community doesn't make it right to let them drink toxins. You should be able to believe in whatever you want to. Some countries won't let you live there if you practice a certain religion. So what? They don't believe what you do. They are still humans. Every kid needs an education. It is important to learn. Girls weren't allowed to go to school until the 1800s. They made them work at home and become a proper lady. You should be able to love whoever you want to. The first gay rights bill wasn't until 1975. You weren't allowed to marry who you wanted to if they were from the same gender. It wasn't traditional or appropriate. What did all these people do to be treated like trash? They just wanted to live a normal life. People deserve to be happy and free. The government shouldn't get to decide these things. This is important because people are worth it. No matter your race or religion, your gender or decision, every human has a right to a beautiful life.
Oh my God, that was really good.
Marco Polo. He was an explorer. He traveled to China, made friends with the King Kublai Khan, and traveled back to Venice. He was adventurous, determined. Pushed boundaries, pushed humanity to explore, and pushed all to get along. He learned much about exotic animals, about different weapons, and about swords and cloths. He was very rich when he came back. He was happy to learn, happy to explore. He traveled by land and traveled by sea, inspiring me to explore about animals, about global warming, and about environments. Make a change, inspiring my family, inspiring my peers, inspiring the world.
Good job.
Thousands of tired, nerve-shaken, over-civilized people are beginning to find out that going to the mountains is going home, that wilderness is a necessity, and that mountain parks and reservations are useful not only as foundations of timber and irrigating rivers, but as foundations of life. John Muir, John of the Mountains, father of national parks. Born 1838, died 1914. Immigrant from Scotland, American, the first environmentalist who taught men to revere nature. We must carry on his legacy. Every minute, 100 acres of the rainforest are being cut down, but recycling just one aluminum can save up to 3 hours of TV worth of energy. 700 pounds of paper are used every year by the average U.S. citizen, but more than half of that is being thrown away. 50% of all plant and animal species live in the rainforest, but every 2 seconds, man destroys an area of the forest the size of a football field. We can, no, we must do better. John Muir changed the way we see nature. Let's carry on his vision.
Okay, my poem's on the White brothers and college football. Why you're being crazy, the White brothers aren't lazy. The world was so much amazing, from riding a bike to flying a plane. 4 seconds in the air was a disaster for the pair. Out of all their determination was born in aviation. Inspiration from 100 years is all for motivation and cheers, to move me to make change on how sports should be rearranged. College football, 130 teams, only 4 get in. Unfair, unfair, unfair. Why so little, why not 8? So much determination, so much unfairness. From teams 2, 4, and 8, so much work for nothing. A solution, you ask, what would you do? Fair, fair, fair. Take a poll, make it a goal. Take actions, committee, listen to the mass. Now, 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 or you will get an impasse.
Changemaker is Billie Jean King, and my poem is about gender equality. Gender equality, the state in which access to rights or opportunities is unaffected by gender. So easily defined, yet still a problem. I, a 13-year-old girl, have to grow up in a world where I feel like I am not as important. Why? My birth certificate defines me. When I stand up, I am dramatic. When I shed a tear, I'm too sensitive. And when I outplay a male, I got lucky. An 11-year-old girl in Ohio has to carry a baby after being raped. Multiple abortion laws have been placed in many states. Men decided that she would have to raise the baby or suffer jail time. This would mean she would have to drop out of school, grow up without an education, and if she dared to get an abortion, she would be charged for murder and sent to jail. The doctor who provided the abortion would get up to 99 years in prison, and the rapist would get 15 years, max. I'm living in a world where the rapist gets less time than the victim. We're all living in the same unequal world whether we want to accept it or not. I will not accept it, but I will not stop fighting for gender equality and rights. Why? Because I'm a girl, and I believe that I can grow up and change the world so that my daughter doesn't grow up thinking that she isn't as important, but grow up thinking about all the things she has yet to learn and all the things she can do.
So mine is about Serena Williams, women equality and equal rights. Tennis has been changed. Before Serena, tennis was more for white people. She's a huge influence to all. How good she is, how great of a leader she is, how much confidence she has. Now, young black women can do anything they want to. We need to make equal rights. March, speak speeches everywhere to make people aware of equal rights. Women still do not have equality under the law. Huge pay gaps between women and men, and generally, women are paid less. We've never had a U.S. woman president, but 44 men have ran our country. We need more women equality. We need equal rights. Participate in sit-ins. Run for the office to try to make change, to make people aware of equal rights.